Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing our budget for December 2023, y'all, the last month of the year. So we're going to jump right on into it. It is going to be a magic month for both me and my husband. So that is going to be a good thing because we'll be able to get some of um, our goals potentially um, taken care of. And so, actually, I'm going to start off with the few goals that I do have before we get into the numbers. And the first one is December 1st starts my low carb eating, and it's going to be under 50 grams um, every day, which is going to be the start of me um, doing that. And then I want to start walking because the goal is to get to, I know y'all, at 200 or right below. I can't do a whole lot, 200 pounds, y'all. I can't do a lot because I'm still in a lot of pain with my foot, but I can do a little bit of walking plus the lowering of my carbs. Y'all, the average person eats about like 250 to 330 carbs. So my body should definitely feel a huge change with me lowering my carbs because y'all, I eat a lot of carbs. I try not to, but I always make excuses for it. And so, yeah. And then financial goals, really, I don't have like any, yeah. We're gonna, the goal is to fully fund the HOA um, because I found out that it's only 1050 and not like 1200 like I was thinking it was. So, with that being said, whatever extra monies I get in my household account, I will go ahead and try and do that. So that's really just going to be the three things. I'm not going to try and do a whole lot. I know the first two are not financial goals, but in a sense they are because it actually reduces the amount of money I should have to be spending in groceries and things of that sort. So, yeah. So, now that I'm thinking of this, y'all are gonna have to do this with me, or let me see something. Okay, y'all. I'm just looking at all of my like backup sheets and pre-budgeting sheets to make sure I have all of the correct numbers and stuff. So first we're going to start off with income because that's how we'll know if we have enough money to spend on certain things. So between me and my husband and rollover and everything else, I am budgeting $6,500 for the month of December. And then that is it. That is what we're going to be working with for income. So we'll go back over here and we'll start off with our bills. So we're going to start off with our mortgage. Our mortgage is 2308.34. I'm not sure if I spoke with you guys about this, but they had in November did our like our escrow analysis, y'all, and our escrow analysis had went up another, what are we paying? $400. And I was freaking out and I called them and the lady was like, "Oh, this is just based on what y'all did as of November." I'm like, "No, ma'am, don't do that and scare me." And what she meant was we would have still been paying off our overage. They hadn't actually gotten the actual amounts for our like taxes and stuff. So they were just making an estimate. So when I gave her those numbers, because I had received it, it would have brought our mortgage down to about 21.98. It's not because of overage anymore, because our overage will be paid off in December, but our taxes have just gone up significantly. But she was like, you know what you should do is wait until you pay December's mortgage and then let us do an actual escrow analysis then. And once we have all the numbers and have paid out everything, then we'll have a full like number, but I shouldn't be paying more than about 21.98. Now, I wasn't expecting to still have to pay that much, but this is just the economy that we are in, and I'm just glad it won't hopefully be, and it shouldn't be more than 2308.34. So I will kind of know what we actually be paying maybe a week after we pay our mortgage. Next is going to be electricity, and I always just do what I've been budgeting for the whole year, which was $127. And those numbers came from my bills that I paid all last year. I got an average, divided it by 12, and that's what I was budgeting. Same thing with my utilities. I'm going to be budgeting $146, although I know something is not right because I got my utility bill and it's through the roof. Um, and my husband says that there's no leak, so I don't know. Internet is going to be 8509. Daycare is at 1040. I'm hoping to see daycare come down a few dollars in February when baby girl moves to her next class. Gas is budgeted at $50. And YouTube TV is budgeted at 9503. And ADT, our security system, is at 5514. And so our bills are projected to be $3,906.60. Now we are going to move over to our expenses. So we have $2,593.40 left to work with. I do try to do a zero-based budget, but I always keep a buffer to be able to help cover those bills that are charged on the first of the month. So you guys will see in January me building that buffer so that the income that we actually get is going to then be a zero-based budget. But that's for another video. Over here we have groceries, and I'm budgeting $400 this month. I know it's going to be a 5 month work week, not work week. It's a 5 week month, and I really should be doing maybe like 450 or 500. But we are going to see because I am going to do a little bit of unbudgeting to do a grocery and a household stock up to get us started in January. And so if I do that, I should be able to stay within the $400 groceries, but we shall see. I am bringing this down $20. I may have to, after the next week or so, see where I am. But I think I should be able to survive on $180 for gas. I am going to be off for about a week and a half at the end of Decemberish, kind of. Yeah, I'm just going to have a week and a half vacation, so I won't be driving back and forth to work um a whole lot and stuff like that, so I should be able to save like that last week of like gas that I didn't budget for. So we'll see how that works out. Household is for all things household. We're budgeting 150, and then for spending I am putting $15 in there because I think that that should be enough, and we're looking at $745. Next, we have our debt, which is Discover. I haven't really talked about this, y'all, because I haven't actually been paying um, the minimum payment for it because we've been having so much transactions. I've actually been like paying off the minimum and actually putting money on there that I haven't needed to do it. But ever since my husband was a little behind on paying the extra $200 a month, it's been throwing off the budget. And so I was just like, we're going to start clean in um, January, but I'm still budgeting for it in case he gets all caught up in December and there's money in the account for it. So now we're looking at about 1748.40 in terms of money left to spend. And now we're going to be looking at our savings overview. So these are the main categories that I have. And with these main categories, I do have subcategories for them. So for entertainment, I'm going to be budgeting $25. For personal, I'm going to be budgeting $8. For transportation, I'm going to be budgeting 40. Come on. For health, I'm going to be budgeting 15 and may need more than that because y'all know if you have kids, this end of December, beginning of November gets a little, December, end of November, beginning of December gets a little crazy. Home maintenance, I'm budgeting 15. Pets, I think I'm putting in $2 into pets. It's not a huge priority, but a few dollars doesn't hurt. Miscellaneous is getting $7 and savings is getting 32. And I'm going to talk about this in another video for 2024, but I'm going to be working on some goals, and you guys will be able to see that. One of them is going to be more so building up my household checking to get to almost about a month's worth of bills in the account. And I know you'd say, well, what if you had an emergency? One of my biggest emergencies would be if we lost our job and the bills would need to be paid. So if I'm a month ahead on my bills, then at least I know that's coming out of the checking account, or we would be an extra month ahead. And then I would have time to kind of figure out the rest. Once I get a month ahead in our checking account, then I'm going to start building up our emergency fund if that kind of makes sense to y'all. But it makes sense to me to have the money in our checking account to make sure the bills are being paid. Once that is settled and I'm not worrying about, oh my gosh, our paycheck needs to be in there to cover those bills, then I can start focusing on the other things. We do have a few dollars in the emergency fund, and we also have a rainy day fund, but it will be something that's going to be more focused on in 2024, but I don't want to give that away. So when we look at our budget overview, you guys, we are budgeting for income $6,500. Our bills are coming out to $3906.60. Our expenses, which is our cash envelopes, is $745. Debt payments is 100. Savings is going to be 144 and nothing for investments. And we should have a rollover buffer of 1604.40, which actually would be very much so healthy going into January. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope it was easy to follow along and it made sense for y'all. And I will